Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Brooklyn Hine. President Trump is parting ways with a once loyal ally, Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene. This comes as the push for the Justice Department to release all Jeffrey Epstein files intensifies. CBS News' Willie James Inman has the details.
President Trump says he will no longer support Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, calling the Congresswoman from Georgia, who had once been his staunch supporter, wacky. In a social media post on Friday night, the president took aim at Greene and said all she does is complain, complain, complain.
Marjorie Taylor Greene is not anyway, she is a very different thinking than I have. Something happened to her over the last period of a month or two where she changed, I think, politically. I think that her constituents aren't going to be happy.
The president's negative comments about Greene come as she continues to push for the Justice Department to release all files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein.
These women have been waiting, some of them for decades. I talked to several victims that were raped by Jeffrey Epstein back in the 90s. And so this is information that has needed to come out for a very long time. And the American people have demanded it. And so the American people deserve to see transparency from their government. Rich, powerful people should not be protected. That is completely wrong.
House Speaker Mike Johnson said Wednesday that a bill that calls for the release of all the Justice Department's Jeffrey Epstein case files will be put to a vote next week. In other government news, a number of restrictions that were imposed because of the record-breaking government shutdown are being lifted this weekend. The FAA began rolling back mandated cuts to flights throughout the country. Museums in the nation's capital and the National Zoo also began reopening this weekend. And SNAP food assistance that have been put on hold for the month of November because of the shutdown are expected to be released in the next week. Willie James Inman, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Today, the La Crosse community came together to help people with food insecurities. People gathered at Burns Park for a picnic at the park, giving free food to anyone who needs it, especially the unsheltered. Volunteers made hats for the vulnerable to stay warm ahead of the winter season. Community members say events like this make them hopeful for change.
It frustrates me because there's a difference between solving a problem and eliminating a problem. And right now, La Crosse's solution is just to eliminate the problem.
All were invited and encouraged to bring a non-perishable food item to keep the hungry fed. UW La Crosse invited members of the community to experience a variety of adaptive sports in what they call Try It Day. Attendees could try out specialized equipment alongside UWL recreational therapy students. Organizers say the event is an opportunity to learn about adaptive sports and discover how to get involved with inclusivity.
I want the community that haven't ever seen this to come out and see it and maybe try a wheelchair, try sit sport, try a sport they've never played before.
So it's really just about getting everyone together in the community of all ages and all abilities, just having some fun together and trying new things.
Some of the games played were sitting volleyball, wheelchair rugby, and adaptive pickleball.
We saw another day of above average warmth spread across the area. It was a very nice afternoon out there, very comparable to how we finished the week off on Friday as well. Still right now, even though the sun has been set for around 2 hours now, sitting at 52 degrees in La Crosse and Eau Claire, much cooler, around 45. Those clear skies going into the overnight period are going to make it a little bit chilly as we go into tonight, but that is the exact opposite of where we were this afternoon. That high of 62 in La Crosse, believe it or not, was actually set at 2 in the morning. I had to triple check that just to make sure, but it's a toss-up on whether your highs were reached in the early morning or in the afternoon. Overall, La Crosse still saw a high temperature in the afternoon around 60 degrees. So we did have a warm front passing through that gave us that quick uptick in the temperatures last night, and we actually talked about it just before the show, where it was kind of warm last night when that warm front went through, but it definitely felt good in the afternoon.
It definitely was. I needed the fan on. It was getting warm.
It's getting a little bit cooler later, but I'll have the details a little bit.
All right, thank you, Nicole. It's National Recycling Day, so here's what happens to your recyclables right here in La Crosse. Green Circle's Materials Recovery Facility processes most of the recyclables from homes and businesses in the Coulee region. The facility uses advanced automation to sort and prepare cardboard, plastics, metals, and more for reuse to cut waste and support sustainability.
Recycling is an important thing. You know, anytime we can reuse materials, it brings value to everybody. It's the right thing to do. The big thing is we want to educate people, let them know about things that shouldn't go in the recycling.
Harder adds that the process demonstrates how simple choices can make a big impact on local recycling efforts and help protect the environment for future generations. Earlier today, the Holmen School District opened its doors to the community, showcasing major upgrades. Today, district leaders held an open house event and ribbon cutting at Holmen Middle School. The tours offered a first look at new and expanded learning environments and a rededication to the front entrance. Visitors could explore building upgrades designed to create safer and more collaborative spaces for students.
So many people put time and effort into this project. It goes all the way back to our community approving this referendum so that we're able to do this project. I think the ribbon cutting is just a really symbolic way to say thank you and to bring people in the community in to see the beautiful new space.
Organizers add that today celebrated the future of learning in Holmen and the community's commitment to providing the best for their students. The Onalaska Schools District also held an open house today at the renovated and expanded Onalaska Middle School. Community members toured the updated learning and program spaces made possible by a 2022 referendum. School leaders say the new facilities already are making a significant difference, creating an environment where students can learn and succeed.
This learning space here is a fantastic space for our students and staff to be able to learn and grow and be their best. And it just really represents what a school should be as a hub of the community and how it really needs to be us all working together to achieve what we're trying to achieve.
School leaders add that the school is a testament to the support of the community of Onalaska. Casa for Kids is holding their inaugural fundraiser social today at the waterfront in La Crosse. The event gathers community members to raise awareness and funds to support children from abuse and neglect across La Crosse, Monroe, and Vernon counties. The court-appointed Special Advocates for Kids recruits and trains volunteers to advocate for children in the court system.
It is our job to make sure that we can recruit and train a community volunteer that is going to consistently be in this child's life throughout the duration of their case.
The organization says children with a CASA volunteer are less likely to return to the welfare system and more likely to be adopted or reunited with family. Still to come, your favorite influencers may not be the best source of medicine information. How social media plays a role in medication, up next.
Hey veterans and family members, this is for you. Join us Tuesday, November 18th at 8:30 a.m. at Benedictine Living Community La Crosse for a complimentary breakfast and real answers about the benefits you've earned. Seats are limited. RSVP today at blclacrosse.org.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Like new men's work and sport flannels, just $19.99. Get $30 in Carhartt bucks for $125 spent on Carhartt gear. All Cat brand work boots are $10 off. Plus, rewards members get 10% off their entire purchase and early Black Friday deals during our private shopping night this Sunday starting at 5 p.m. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Being original.
To everyone who believes in Midwest magic, you'll always find it here at Culver's. Not that kind of magic.
Midwest magic turns fresh, never frozen beef into a juicy butter burger and transforms farm fresh dairy into the creamiest custard you've ever had. Ta-da! But it's not just what we serve, it's how we serve it.
With a warm welcome and a little extra love.
Love in every bite.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Yeah!
Are you shocked by letters like these that say your Medicare plan is no longer accepted at your provider or your Medicare plan is being canceled?
You started thinking, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? It was too confusing.
I think the fear is that you think you're older and who's going to take you? You know, what's out there, what's available. We came to Strive Medicare and everything was taken care of.
Felt like we didn't have to worry about it.
Call Strive Medicare today. We're here to help every step of the way.
Hey veterans and family members, this is for you. Join us Tuesday, November 18th at 8:30 a.m. at Benedictine Living Community La Crosse for a complimentary breakfast and real answers about the benefits you've earned. Seats are limited. RSVP today at blclacrosse.org.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
Hundreds of thousands are back on the job after the government shutdown finally comes to an end, and why you might soon be paying more for your penne pasta. Evan Moon has your Eye on Consumer report.
After a record 43-day shutdown, the U.S. government is funded again. President Trump signed the funding measure Wednesday night without the extension of health insurance tax credits Democrats demanded. More than 670,000 furloughed federal employees have returned to work, and 730,000 others who'd been working without pay should see paychecks soon. The USDA says tens of millions of Americans who rely on federal food assistance should already see SNAP benefits restored. Infant formula maker ByHeart is recalling all products sold nationwide after at least 15 babies were hospitalized with botulism since August, a rare but serious illness that can make it difficult for a baby to breathe. The FDA urges parents to stop using the powdered formula and contact a healthcare provider with any concerns. Prepare to pay more for your penne. U.S. tariffs could spike 107% on 13 popular Italian pasta brands, including Barilla, accused of dumping cheap products into American markets. Specialty stores and restaurants warn prices could double or products disappear from shelves if the proposed tariff goes into effect. And the U.S. Mint is going penniless after pressing its last circulating 1-cent coin on Wednesday. President Trump pulled the plug on penny production earlier this year, citing costs. Retailers nationwide are encouraging electronic payments or rounding cash to the nearest nickel. And that's your Eye on Consumer report. Evan Moon, CBS News, New York.
And in this week's top medical stories, the number of children with high blood pressure has doubled in recent years. A study published in The Lancet shows 6% of all children worldwide, or 114 million young people, have hypertension. Obesity is the main driver of the increase. Doctors say this should raise alarm bells for parents and healthcare providers, as hypertension is linked to several serious health issues, including heart disease and kidney disease. Popular drugs used for weight loss can lower rates of death among colon cancer patients. Researchers from UC San Diego found that colon cancer patients taking GLP-1 drugs, the class of drugs that includes Ozempic and Wegovy, were less than half as likely to die within 5 years compared to people who weren't on the drugs. The biggest benefit was among patients with a very high body mass index. Social media influencers are promoting medications without explaining the risks. A study published in JAMA found nearly a quarter of posts about drugs by influencers on TikTok and Instagram used promotional language like life-changing or revolutionary, but in 80% of cases, influencers didn't disclose their posts were sponsored, and 2/3 didn't mention the possible risks of the drugs. Coming up next, a sad day if you were hoping to win the Mega Millions. The 8th largest jackpot has been claimed.
And we have a little bit of a temperature change going into tomorrow, so say goodbye to the 60s because it's going to get a little bit cooler outside. I'll have all the details coming up right after the break.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 this Saturday and Sunday. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Saturday and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Get up to 15% off and 3-year special financing. The Veterans Day sale at Home Furniture.
Meet Jim. He loves the holidays. If he could celebrate year-round, he would. While some parts of the holidays can be a bit of a challenge, Jim knows that getting great gifts is no problem because he can easily gift holiday scratch games from the Wisconsin Lottery for everyone on his list. With prices starting at $1 and retailers always close by, it's easy to spread joy all around this holiday season. Nice work, Jim.
In the hunt, every detail matters. It's not just about the thrill, but a passion for the craft. And in the end, it's about the people you get to be with. At Overhead Door, it's about our team and those we get to serve. We can repair any garage door, but we only install the best. Overhead Door Company of the Seven Rivers region since 1921.
There's a lot that goes on at the Y. You may know us as a great place to better your physical, mental, and spiritual well-being in a safe environment that nurtures growth and is that third place for our community to meet and connect. The many services and programs here at the Y strive to help our community access resources and address needs, navigate daily life and support each other through challenges, and educate all generations on making their lives and our community better. We can make that difference together. See why.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Earn a 30-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $60 this Saturday and Sunday. That's a 30-cent fuel saver for every $60 you spend in-store and online. Saturday and Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
The Mega Millions jackpot has finally been claimed after last night's drawing. A lucky Georgia resident matched the numbers, taking home one of the biggest payouts in the game's history. And that winner sure is lucky, but we have plenty of luck ourselves because we have meteorologist Nicole Skalicki to share our full forecast.
Well, I'm glad that you feel that way because I am kind of the bearer of, I wouldn't say necessarily bad news, but more like mediocre news as we go into tomorrow, because we have been very lucky with the past few days as far as temperatures have gone. Did not feel like the middle of November outside. Gonna feel a little bit more like it as we go into tomorrow. Still actually staying slightly above average for our highs, but not nearly as warm as we have been the last couple days. Feeling it first as we go into tonight, we're going to see mostly clear skies into the overnight period, keeping us a tad cooler out there. Most of the area falling below freezing when we wake up in the morning. 31 in La Crosse, chilly 25 when you wake up for your Sunday morning in Eau Claire. And then tomorrow's highs, again, not really seeing the chance for the 60s out there, but overall still looking to stay slightly above average, just by a couple degrees. 48 for your Sunday high in La Crosse, 45 in Eau Claire. Still possibility of seeing the 50s as we go into southern Wisconsin, but overall, even though it's going to be a sunny day, it's going to be a little bit more mild. We'll have winds blowing out of the northwest, less breezy than today, but still a little bit noticeable, blowing around 7 to 12 miles per hour in the afternoon. So not quite as breezy. Going to be more sunny, but still, even with that sunshine, looking to be a little bit cooler. And that'll be the trend as we go throughout really the entirety of this upcoming week. We have temperatures staying pretty close to average as we go throughout at least the first half. Average right now is still sitting in the mid and upper 40s. So as we go into the middle of the week, we'll fall slightly below that, but we do have a small warming trend as we get towards the end of the week and into the weekend. Going to stay maybe a couple degrees above average for your weekend ahead, but overall not really seeing the chance to see the 60s like we did the last few days. Going to stay fairly mild nonetheless. We do have a chance for some showers to move in as we go into later Monday. So we're staying dry for the rest of the weekend. As we skip ahead towards Monday evening, even the daytime for Monday is looking to be dry for now, although we will start to see some more cloud coverage increasing as we get into the evening hours. Once we go over into the overnight period, that's when we can start to see some showers then approaching, likely holding off until after the midnight hour. Here we are around midnight Monday night, seeing a line of showers first reaching into southern Wisconsin and then creeping up towards the I-90 corridor fairly slowly, closer to around early Tuesday morning. You'll notice we could also get some mixed precipitation in there. This will be around the coolest point of our 24-hour period, so it would not be surprised if we saw a little bit of a sleet or even some snowfall mixing in a little bit later on in the morning hours. Most of the rain looks to stay south of I-94 for now, and really as far as snowfall goes, we're not expecting to see any more than maybe a couple flakes going through the air. It is going to be a little bit of a heavy rainfall event as far as the end of November goes, though. Areas further south where we're seeing more of that heavier rain bands moving in the overnight period could see closer to about a half an inch of rain. And then we have a dry break going into Tuesday and Wednesday before some more showers move in by about Thursday and Friday. And even then, there's still some questions on the furthest extent of those Thursday and Friday showers, but less of a chance to see snow with those because, again, we will be a little bit warmer as we go towards the end of the week. But overall, a very November-like forecast ahead, saying goodbye to the 60s, unfortunately.
It was nice to have that warm for a little bit, but I'm ready for Christmas and cold.
I know, me too. We
It's
need
time
more
to
snow.
come, for sure. All right, thank you, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, UW La Crosse looked to end their season on a high note, plus the Badgers on the road up against the #2 team in the nation. Kate is in next with sports.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions. Support local businesses by shopping at A1 Vacuum Sales and Service in Jackson Plaza. Make cleaning a breeze with great service and high-quality vacuums. Discover the perfect vacuum for your unique lifestyle. Shop local. Shop Jackson Plaza.
At Ultra Federal Credit Union, we have a fair number of employees that travel quite a bit. Our employees' time is probably our most valuable asset at the credit union. Respecting their time is important, so convenience, getting in and out, ease of travel is probably our #1 priority, followed by the economics of it. We look at the La Crosse Regional Airport as being very convenient. You do not have the mileage expense, the parking expense, the additional hotel expense, the overnight travel, so that's why we consider coming out of here.
So I'm sensing a bit of tension between you two.
Well, our heart attack was a wake-up call, but I still feel like we could do more to avoid another one. Come on. I started eating kale. Kale. And I take statins. Right, and we're hitting the gym, but I'm worried it's not enough. I just want him to ask our doctor about Repatha.
Normally, I don't take sides, but you should listen to your heart.
Repatha plus a statin dramatically lowers LDL-C by 63% and drops the risk of having a heart attack by 27%. Do not take Repatha if you're allergic to it. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Common side effects include runny nose, sore throat, common cold symptoms, flu or flu-like symptoms, back pain, high blood sugar, and redness, pain, or bruising at the injection site.
You were right. Our LDL-C is in a better place. And so are we.
Listen to your heart. Ask your doctor about Repatha.
Support local businesses by shopping at A1 Vacuum Sales and Service in Jackson Plaza. Make cleaning a breeze with great service and high-quality vacuums. Discover the perfect vacuum for your unique lifestyle. Shop local. Shop Jackson Plaza.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Last week, not only did the Badgers pick up their first Big Ten of the season, they got their first win over a ranked opponent since 2021. But this week, Wisconsin had an even greater challenge as they were going on the road, taking on the #2 team in the nation. Let's go to Bloomington, Indiana. Badgers up against the Hoosiers, unbeaten on the season and showing why early in this one. First quarter, Mendoza taking a shot to the end zone, and that's Charlie Becker coming down with it. Indiana with an early lead. Same score second quarter. Badgers facing a 4th and 1, but they're going for it. And Carter Smith finds Lance Mason wide open. That's good for a 45-yard touchdown. Badgers tie the game at 7, but the second half was a bit of a different story. The Hoosiers would outscore Wisconsin 21-0 after the break as Indiana gets the win 31-7, the final. UW La Crosse looking to end the season on a high note up in Stevens Point. First quarter, and check out this pass. Nolan Mosier sending it deep and connects with Jack Janke for a huge pickup. And then the very next play at the goal line, Mosier to the fade route, and that's Janke hauling it in. Eagles go up 7. Later in the quarter, after Stevens Point fumble, Eagles on 3rd and goal, and Gabe Lynch stuffed at the line, but shakes off the defense, and he's in for the score. La Crosse goes up 14. Still in the first, Eagles at the goal line again, and this pass to Janke, and oh my, what a catch. This one all UWL this afternoon. They pick up the win 52-0, and they will now wait for their spot in the D3 playoffs. Over in Minnesota, it's the battle for the sledge. The Winona State Warriors hosting SMSU. Late in the first quarter, the Mustangs strike first, courtesy of a Drew Klunder touchdown to his running back, Jacob Honstetter. Crosses the goal line for 6, but after that, it would be all Warriors. Freshman Jamani Muhammad had a huge game, finds the end zone here to tie it at 6. He would finish the day with 142 rushing yards. Then through the air, Jackson Flottmeyer going downfield, and he's going to connect with Joe Sikma for the 38-yard touchdown. That puts his team up 12-6. And then just before the half, Flottmeyer, this time showing off his speed, takes it in himself, barreling into the end zone. That makes it a 2-score game, and Winona State would dominate the second half as well, retaining the sledge and taking this one 30-6. UWL women's soccer in action for the opening round of the D3 tournament. Scoreless in the second half. Eagles on the attack. Monica Warden sending it in, and Anya Carrillo gets a foot on it and finds the net to give the Eagles the lead. Later, 15 minutes remaining, Aubrey Kaya with the cross. Back out to Kaya, and she puts it in for another score. Eagles, they would add on 2 more after that. They get a big win, 4-0. I'll have a preview of tomorrow's NFL games tonight at 10. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
Meeting you locally where you are online. Stay updated while you scroll. Follow us on Instagram at WKBT News 8.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products at unbeatable Farm and Fleet prices? Right now, during our fall workwear event, men's full blue denim jeans just $10.99. Get a free $30 Farm and Fleet gift card when you buy a pair of Thorogood work boots. Plus, rewards members get 10% off their entire purchase and early Black Friday deals during our private shopping night this Sunday starting at 5 p.m. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Hey, Dominic here.